Hello and welcome to Walk the Talk. I am Shekhar Gupta, and in our already formidable list of Nobel Laureates to feature on Walk the Talk, we have today, this week, a most brilliant Nobel Prize winner, Dr. Elinor Ostrom, and if I may say so, the first woman to win the Nobel for Economics, 2009.
Thank you.
How wonderful to have you on Walk the Talk.
Well, thank
especially
you.
organize this weather for you.
Yes, it's lovely and cool.
Almost sub-zero, it's very cold, yes. When you got the Nobel, there were some good headlines, some nasty headlines. I think some people said it was even more surprising than Obama getting the Nobel.
Yes, but I did not spend a lot of time reading the not so nice ones, just because I saw no particular reason. I don't get defensive. I've been turned down for so many things, and when I went to graduate school, people told me I shouldn't go to graduate school because,
why?
Well, women don't get any. I was doing graduate work in the early 60s, very late 50s, early 60s, and at that point, women couldn't get an academic position. They could get a position in city college. And universities didn't want to admit someone who wasn't going to get a job in a major university.
Teaching, so, yes.
Yeah, so it was
to simplify it for a lot of our Indian viewers,
yeah.
Graduate work in America means working towards a PhD.
Yeah.
What is the nastiest you faced by way of opposition or by way of sabotage or craftiness or just deviousness?
I don't have any ranking. And fortunately now, in the last 5 to 10 years, there's been much
yes.
less trouble. But then the kind of work that my husband and I have done is radical enough that some people are just really upset about it, because some of our work is mathematical and game theory and all the rest, beautiful, but not all. And some of our work goes out and does individual case studies, and some people think that's old-fashioned, and some of it's large N.
Because in your universe, some people would say it's anecdotal, which is almost like an abuse.
Yes, it's an insult.
Word, yes.
Yeah, and so my dissertation was it was a great big thick thing on how groundwater producers in Southern California, in urban area, LA, were able to solve a very, very tough problem of they were pumping the water down and the salt water was going in, and they developed a whole series of strategies to eventually solve it, and solve it very successfully.
And they did it through the idea of sharing, because that's really your field. The idea of commons, the idea of sharing.
But they also had to get accurate data.
Right.
And so part of the solving was to get a really good, accurate idea of who had been producing, how much had they produced, and what are the boundaries of the basin. What kind of basin are we standing on right now?
Right.
You can't tell from the surface.
Exactly, you need data. Because something like that is very relevant to India, because we have water tables going down in many parts of the country.
Yes, you do.
And it's linked to free power to farmers. The farmers pump more water than they need.
Yeah, do they get charged for electricity?
No.
Well.
There's a problem.
Why? If you don't get charged for the water and you don't get charged for the electricity, what else do you expect?
Yeah, because the counter answer to that is that a farmer has a tough enough life. So, how can you charge him for power?
Well, if he takes all the water that's underground that it took 200, 500, 1,000 years to get there, and he just mines it, and then see, the groundwater basin can slowly but surely collapse down.
Right.
And getting it too far down is very dangerous.